Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're gonna be reacting to Aaron Page. He's a YouTuber. He talked about Christianity. We're gonna do something different because I just been watching Boy Max. Him trying to be gay, acting gay, or selling himself. I don't have time for this. I don't. We're gonna watch something positive this time. You know, so we can all sleep better. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about worry about one gay nigga.
A video by Pastor Alan Nolan, and he's speaking of the coming deception into the world. And during this sermon, he may have actually cracked the code as to why many individuals are seeing orbs and strange UFO sightings in the heavenly realms. He analyzed the scriptures in the original language of the New Testament, and inside of this language, it may actually prove right that all of the things that Christians have been saying is true, that these things are not aliens or strange beings from different galaxies, but in fact, they are spiritual beings, the same spiritual beings that was spoken of in the Bible. Okay, let's hop in this video, watch it, and react to it. Before we do me a quick favor. Hit that like button for the algorithm so that this video can reach more people like yourself. I truly appreciate you guys. Let's hop in.
We're still in the Olivet Discourse. Notice what verse 11 says. And many false prophets. Now jump down to verse number 11. We're still in the Olivet Discourse. Notice what verse 11 says. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. In other words, before Christ returns, many false prophets will arise and they will succeed in deceiving many. Now move on.
That's where this gay stuff come through. That's why this gay stuff is here. They're trying to deceive us to be yourself. If you wanna have a BBL as a grown ass nigga, go ahead. Who's stopping you? Man, if you wanna paint your nails black, yellow, brown, blue, gray, pink, purple, all the color in the rainbow, nigga, do yourself a service and go do it. Fuck no. Yeah, that's it. That is it. Nigga, you can go kill motherfuckers and be gay. Because you know the cops are not gonna touch you. Okay, bro.
On down to verses 23 and 24. We're still in the Olivet Discourse. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is the Christ, the Messiah, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. These false messiahs and these false prophets will perform great signs and wonders, miracles in our words. And we're not talking people parlor tricks. They're going to perform great signs and wonders. The word great is translated from the Greek word megas. And it means great, huge, magnificent, spectacular, to the point that it's unbelievable, except it's believable. In fact, our word mega is transliterated from this Greek word. Now, notice what these verses are saying. These signs and wonders are going to be so great that if it were possible, they would deceive even the elect. And who are the elect? Christians. Born again believers. The big debate among scholars is it possible? Now, jump over to the book of Luke, chapter 21, because Luke adds something that Matthew leaves out. In fact, when we were going through the Olivet Discourse, if you remember, we went through the book of Matthew because he writes things in chronological order. Luke floats around. He's more, believe it or not, even though he's a Gentile, he floats around like Jews. But he adds information that Matthew left out. Notice what Luke adds. This is verses 25 and 26. And there will be signs in the sun, and the moon, and in the stars. And on the earth, distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them from fear, and the expectation of those things which are coming upon the earth. For the powers of heaven will be shaken.
I'm not gonna lie. What he said on that too was right. I don't think we all need to have this burden to us on ourself. I am can talk on ourself as a human being. Even if you're a man or a woman, you don't have to have that burden. I feel like you, as a person, you need to be feel free, and the only way you're gonna feel free is with God. I'm being honest with you. I'm being honest with you. It's with God. I'm realizing, slowly realizing that. Like everything I do, try to incorporate God. Try to be patient, cause God. Yes, sometimes I am very impatient. I would say that I'm very impatient in a lot of things, dude. But I used to do that. I used to complain. I want this to happen. I want this to happen. I don't really complain. Yes, it stirs up in my heart, and I leave it right there. I don't even want to say it. If I say it's going, then I'm gonna start doing it a lot. So when I feel like when I had that conflict emotions, I let it sit in there, and I pray to God. Like I believe God gonna do this, and I believe God gonna do that. Why I have that hope? It's just a small thing God did for me. My internship, boy. When I tell you, boy, I didn't even know what to do. I'm like, I'm about to graduate. I don't have no internship. Have this, don't have that. I got an internship with these people. They denied me. Got an internship with these people. They denied me. I applied so many places. Denied. Got denied. Literally got denied. Bro, I literally broke down in tears. I was crying and other stuff. Man, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do this? Why trying to elevate myself? Like, bro, like, what am I gonna do? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Try to come up with third plan, second plan, fourth plan, sixth plan to the third power. Plan to the third power, boy. I'm just a random day servicing my car. I'm not really expecting. I'm just sitting there serving my. I'm like, man, I gotta pay this bill. I gotta pay this car note and all this stuff. Like, well, man, it's all right. I was there with it. Just completely left out. All of a sudden, guy came out of nowhere. Bam. The people that denied me, they called me back. Oh, sir, we we would like you to come to our internship. I'm like, my people. These some people, yes, we know that we declined you, but we're willing to accept you this time. Wow. When I tell you, I was so happy. I've never been. I was so happy. I'm like, man, God is good. God is real. Like this man did. I mean, he protect me in a whole lot of way. I know he's real, but it's like I've been so, and that's key. The stuff God done for you as a kid, stuff God done for you as a grown man. Like man, mm, I know this man is where you playing from, but bro, I just gave out. I was like, I don't know what to fucking do. Like, God was no went to the internet. I was so happy, so happy. Even if I don't get a job, bro, I'm so happy because I know if I want something, God gonna get me. God gonna help me. It might take longer than usual, but God gonna get me. He might make me to wait to the last minute. This is wrong. I don't know what it is. I always come in the last minute and give you that. The last minute. I don't know what it is. Always been. Nick said you gonna be late. One of my friends said you gonna be late to your own funeral. It's crazy. Bro, I'm like, bro, I don't know, but it's always been the last minute that God always like, hey, we gonna do this for you. He said it's gonna be a little work late. Yes, I would like to come early. I do come in early here and there, but I come in late more than early. niggas, you gonna be late to your own damn funeral, but you be coming late. So, like I said, it's just a guy who had to wait, made me wait to the last. Like I couldn't wait no more. I was like, fuck. I was like, leave it, leave it alone. And surprised, God surprised me, and I'm so happy, very happy. Even if I don't, you know, I'll be happy for real because that helps me. I would say, yeah, God doing that make me believe God is real, or make I do know He's real, but it makes me wanna put everything to Him, which is what He wants from the good phrase go, for us to bring all our stuff to Him, nobody else. So sometimes I try to incorporate little things. Sometimes if I'm feeling down, relationship problem, I bring it to God. Like I'm trying to do this. Why trying to do my way? I would say, why try to do the right way? Trying to find the right way to do certain things. I bring it to God. I live it. I don't talk about it. But in a way, I'm trying to incorporate, find some way to get there. Maybe my God might provide somebody or something you need to hear to make you like, give you that little push. You don't know.
All right, I want you guys to pay attention to how he's about to break down this passage, saying that the powers of heaven will be shaken. And part of me is wondering that these powers of heaven that he's speaking of, could these be the orbs and strange UFO sightings that people are seeing in the sky? We do know that the Bible correlates angels as stars. And so there is some correlation to angels being called stars. And all of a sudden, everyone's seeing strange lights in the sky that we're going to look at after watching this clip.
Now I want you to notice the last part. For the powers of heaven will be shaken. The word powers is translated from the Greek word dunamis. And in this context, it refers to the power that rests upon the armies, forces, or host in the heavens. In other words, it's referring to angelic or demonic forces. Look at Ephesians chapter 6, verse number 12, and you'll see what I'm talking about. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers, there's that word, powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. All four categories listed in verse 12 dwell in the heavenly realms. Yeah. Now, Jesus said in Luke 21, verse 26, that during the tribulation, people are going to see signs and wonders in the heavens, to the point that it seems as if the powers of heaven are being shaken. Saluo in Greek. Now, you might have heard that Greek word pronounced a different way.
That's why sometimes people be like, God is mad because because they have this and that coming out, or the sky is changing some type of way. It's just demonic. They're trying to convince us that 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 little thing that's happening is God, which is not. God, knowing God, just God in the back in the day, yes, He would show some signs and wonder, but if you look at the Bible, the way it's structured, it's not always broad. It's not always broad. Like everybody can see it. Like, for example, the children of Israel, the children of is it Israel? Yeah, the children of Israel. God showed them signs, but it was particularly to them group. It wasn't for everybody. Everybody didn't see that sign. Everybody in that whole generation didn't see that sign. It was just the Israelite that God specifically showed signs. Like God, showed them that he's all gut minded God. He didn't show everybody. Even when it comes to certain people like lion, Daniel in the lion's death. God gave him, strength. He told the people, God gave him strength to defeat the lion. Then you got, David and Goliath. Goliath is a freaking giant, a Nephilim. Then God gave David power to defeat Goliath. It's always it's always narrowed to a specific group or a specific person. God's signs and wonders is not always broad for people to see. The only time God did that was with Jesus. That's the only time God's signs and wonders was broad, was with Jesus. Because Jesus was going, healing people. They saw people raised from the death. They saw this person did that. They saw Jesus do that. They saw Jesus do that. They saw Jesus do that. They saw Jesus did everything. People were seeing it. And they still find it hard to believe that that was God. God structured his stuff to a specific group. He said, okay, I'm gonna show it to everybody. Maybe, just maybe, everybody might come. They find you think they find it even harder to believe. Because back instructed a group of people. And when a group of people tell other people that's what God was doing or that's what God did, they didn't believe it. They never did. They never did. Hold on, my camera. Hey, focus, 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 focus. Why my camera not focusing? Nigga, focus. Okay. Hold on, my camera ain't focused. But yeah, I'm gonna let it play.
Way, and let me explain why. Normally, when you're pronouncing Greek, Koine Greek, you actually do the syllables according to the consonants. So many people will pronounce this saluo. But because there's a diphthong there with epsilon, epsilon, you take the lambda and you put it with the first syllable, okay? So it's saluo. Now, the picture that's being painted with this Greek word is of someone who wants to get the dirt and grass off of a blanket, so they shake it out. The dirt and the grass come off of the blanket and it falls to the earth. So the implication is the demonic forces in the spiritual realm, or hyperspace if you will be coming into our dimension. The heavens are being shaken and those forces are manifesting in our world. Remember, Jesus said that it will be like it was in the days of Noah. That's the picture that's being painted. In fact, I want to use.
And what happened in the days of Noah? It was sin, was a whole lot of lust, a whole lot of a whole lot of everything.
Use this as an object lesson. Many of you thought I was probably going to be baptized. Now, that's later. But I want you to imagine this. Imagine that you go to an outdoor concert, or maybe you're going to a picnic, and you bring a little blanket and you put the blanket on the ground so that you can all sit on it. You don't want to be sitting on the ground. You don't want to get the grass and dirt all over you. So you get on this blanket, and when it's time to go, you realize you've gotten up many times. You've kicked grass on it. There's dirt on the underside. So when you get up, you don't just start folding your blanket. What do? You saluo. You start shaking it. Why do you shake it? You're trying to get the grass and the dirt to fall off of the blanket and onto the ground. Yeah, that's what saluo means. And the picture that's being painted is that the forces that's in this angelic realm, or this heavenly realm, they're coming out of the air and they're falling to the ground. They're coming out of the heavenly realm into our dimension.
Okay, so now we're going to look into some of the videos about these orbs or UFO sightings. Okay, And some of these are by the news. Some of it is someone speaking on government documents that have been declassified. I think this video speaks on that as well. And that these sightings have been around for a long time.
They have. These sightings have been around for a long time. Bro, I was literally, it was 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. Bro, I was literally watching a whole video. It was I think it was Smithsonian, Nigel Wise, them history thing. Bro, they was literally showing aliens that was literally a flyby. This is the one of the dudes that was having a war. One of the dudes around that time, just say he saw this, the crew, the forces, like there was the Asian forces. They saw a whole UFO fly by. They saw a UFO in 19. They saw that during the war, and they're coming out now.
And part of me
They're
wonders
being
now,
there.
like, it dates back into like the 1940s when it was first.
I'm just saying because there was a war that was going on. There was a war because it wasn't 1930. It was around them little first World War One. It was World War One going on. Not even World War. Then it bleeds into World War Two. They had some sightings in World War One, Two, even pre World War, before World War One. Like there was like, bro, you can find sightings, farmlands.
Documented by the Air Force in the 1940s. Okay, so were these sights and things in the sky being seen for a long time, and it just wasn't made aware to the public, right? And have people, individuals, we already know that there's a lot of testimonies about people that saw things. It just wasn't popular, neither was it accepted, nor was the capability of constantly recording these things available to us. But in the last 20 years, it has gotten available to us to be able to record these things. Or maybe the last 15 years when, these phones started coming out with a great capability of recording. Now we're seeing a ton of people post it. We're seeing a ton of people talk about it.
They released the third batch of declassified files related to unidentified anomalous phenomena, more commonly known as UFOs. The 72 newly released files date from the 1940s to this year and include materials from the FBI, CIA, Department of Defense, and NASA.
More and more of the videos in this release, or this batch of documents and videos, show red orbs than the previous two releases. Another thing that was really striking is more of the videos in this one are taken on iPhones. There's a lot more recent video than we've seen in the previous two, which included a lot more video from U.S. military aircraft. So it's just grainier and darker, whereas you can see here, you can make out colors in some cases. There also includes more eyewitness interviews and testimony that are provided by the CIA and the FBI in these. And what's striking about that is, as opposed to the ones that we've seen in the past releases that include,
Like I say, why they're releasing these to the people now? It's because them aliens, them people don't want to be a secret no more. They want us to know. They want to live with us. That's the problem. Like it's saying want to live with us. Hell no.
U.S. military documents, they at times they identify the individuals who are giving these testimonies as being highly credible in their testimony. So again, it's very similar to the past releases, but we are seeing nuances and slight differences here that are just interesting to go through.
Day 2 of reading the newly released Department of War files, so you don't have to. General 1948, Volume 1. Military intelligence communications are discussing all over the country what they are observing and calling flying discs. This page comes from Bakersfield, California. 2 objects falling to Earth from unknown source. The witnesses described objects dropping from the sky with smoke and debris trailing behind them. And then another witness reported this. 1 object seemed to be on fire with red and black smoke trailing behind. And according to the document, searching parties, aircrafts, rescue units have made numerous attempts to locate this object without success. So military search units did go looking for whatever crashed, but apparently found nothing. This next report in the file is even stranger. This sighting came from railroad workers in Ohio. This object was described as glowing, round, and moving at an extreme speed. The file estimates that the object was flying 6 to 8 miles high. And this part is probably the craziest section of this entire document. The G-Men responded. Set up a project whose purpose is to collect, collate, evaluate, and distribute. This confirms the Air Force had already started organizing a centralized effort to track UFOs by early 1948.
Here's one of the newer videos. This, I think, was posted 6 days ago by Fox, showing what appears to be a flashing bright light in the sky. And I can say that with all of these testimonies and what the government has been saying, the one consistent thing is that there's something in the sky and it's bright, okay, and it has color to it and stuff like that. And so, I mean, we have to try to make sense of what's taking place. And the only logical thing that I can see is that it's stemming from what the Bible talks about. And I don't know how to, explain it all 100%. I don't think anyone can. But, when we think about Revelation, how can we explain exactly what's going to take place in Revelation, even when it happens? How can the people in that time frame, whenever the locusts come out, whenever the 4 angels the 4 angels are released from the Euphrates River, whenever the 2 witnesses are in the middle of the street and they pass away from, they die, and then they are laying in the street for 3 days and they resurrect. You cannot explain a lot of the things that happens or that's going to happen in the Bible. You can't explain it using natural methods. The only way to explain it is spiritually. And I think that, as far as we know about what's happening today and what has been happening in the last 100 years, as far as we know about that, it's only explainable spiritually so far.
Back at its 4:55. Okay, check this out here. This is newly released video showing a suspected UFO sighting in Anoka.
This was caught on camera around 1 a.m. in February of last year. The video now being released by the National Archives along with several documents which say at least 3 Anoka Police Department employees reported seeing this, which they believe to be a UFO. Witnesses described it as colorful with, it was about the size of an SUV or a school bus. The records released did not provide a conclusion about what this actually was, what these people actually saw, but it's part of a big batch of documents released related to potential UFOs.
Red light, and then there's a big, big bright light.
Everybody wants to think that, this stuff doesn't happen in our town or our city, and
they're absorbing around it. I know, Ella.
Where? The one that's...
Bro, I'm telling you, that there was a ton of lights right now lit up. It's just hovering there.
The white thing on the top? The white dog?
There's no way, bro.
No, I'm scared. I'm not scared, but that's crazy though.
It's just there, bro.
What is it, Daddy?
It's getting brighter.
Oh, yeah. I don't see it though.
You guys don't see what I see on my camera because it's so zoomed.
Bro, you still on the phone? Oh, they came back. Look at, bro, they're coming back. The lights are coming back.
There's 3. There's 3 aliens.
Where? In front of me, bro, right in front of us.
3 aliens.
Look. Oh, the other light's turning on.
Oh no. Oh, that's so big.
Oh, there's the other lights. What the bro?
Ella, it's okay.
It's gone. No, it's still there. It's still there.
It's hiding in the clouds. I'm
It is
zooming
in the clouds. That's what my brother said. In the clouds. In the clouds.
Yes, I'm zooming in, babe. I can see the saucers in my zoom.
I know I can see it.
You can see it, Zaid, huh?
I can barely see it. That's so crazy, dude. And cool.
Bro. Oh no! Look to your left. Look to your left. There's another one to the left. Over here in the trees. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? There's one there, bro. Over here, bro. Oh my god, bro. Oh.
Baby, don't move. I'm outside the truck. Don't move. There's a ton. Oh my god.
It hid over here by the fucking trees, bro. It's behind the houses now. Bro. Babe, you want me to pull forward? You see them, bro? You see them? Over there, bro.
My heart's pounding.
I'm fucking crying right now, bro.
Don't move, please.
Yo.
I see a radio right there. That's where the alien is.
Bro.
That was in 2024 when this was posted. Okay. They are seeing things that they cannot explain. They are seeing orbs levitating in the air. It's nothing like, it's nothing that we can explain naturally.
I can't explain.
That's why the alien concept is so strong right now. It's because there is no other explanation. There's
Y'all think Alien? Do you know why they make movies like The Slender Man? Like all these scary movies. It's based on this. We did they get? Think about it, right? Work with me, right? You making a movie, right? You watch some scary movies, like you never seen any scary movie in your life. All of a sudden, oh, Slender Man. What is Slender Man? Oh, my character with slimy hands, long, tall. How do you come up with the idea? But you never seen a scary movie. You never seen nothing scary. You seen a snake? That's pretty scary. But how I give you the idea to this combine snake with human? Like, but you never seen scary movie. Think about it. Where do people where the first idea of scary movie? Where did it come from? It'll be from a person. And but he asked that question, where did he get his idea from? What about him getting the idea from? I say this theme from the most of these scary movies from the Bible. They're not gonna get the answers from the Bible, bro. God describe creatures that are evil and good. God's angels are angels that look like a horse, a lion, a tiger, a lion with multiple eyes and wings. One wing, two wings cover their body. Then they have four wings in the back. That's how God described his own angel. God would describe a terrible monster. He'd be like, monster, two heads, four eyes, and a tail like a serpent. I'm like, huh? I'm confused. That's a whole monster. That's the monster. God just described a whole scary monster. You imagine a monster with two heads, like a dog, and a tail. Like what? That's the end. Yeah. Then he would describe a human monster like human monster, a hooded man. Oh, a monster that looked like a man, four eyes, with a body of a serpent. One of these angels have multiple eyes, look like a man, body of a serpent. They describe a whole monster, a human type of monster. They say it's seen so like a serpent. He uses serpent, mainly serpents, for like some evil. A man with a body like a serpent, with 4 eyes. He be like, what the heck? And a horn. You get an idea like that from the Bible. Now you can make scary movies. Oh, scary movie, a man look like 4 eyes. That's how God described it. Just exactly like that. Same thing in the Bible. God said you will see signs and wonders. Where? In the sky. God did say a human was going to produce signs and wonders. God said you will see signs and wonders in the skies. People are going to persuade you to look up to see signs and wonders. You're like, whoa, is that God? Yeah. Signs and wonders in the sky. The sky. That's what he did. That's what he said for an evil thing. I ain't say that. God said it.
No other explanation. And people, the government cannot just simply deny it and say, no, you guys are seeing things, because so many people are coming out and saying, hey, I saw this. I have it recorded. And so now it's a widely known thing that people are seeing strange phenomenons happening in the heavens.
Why should Christians bless and support the Jewish people in Israel? If you're a follower of Jesus, you must.
I just so happen to believe that rather it being another species, it's more than likely something spiritual.
Heavens.
Now we have to look at Matthew 24 and how Jesus said that in the days of Noah it's going to be the same at the coming of the Son of Man. All right, it says, as it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. For in the days before the flood, people were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage up to the day Noah entered the ark. Okay. Now, if we look at that terminology, that's not all they were doing. All right. Because we know that Genesis tells us that in the days of Noah, that there were angels that left their places of authority and made it with the women that they found beautiful, and Nephilim were there at that time as well. And so the leading ideology considering this concept is that those angels, and it's also obviously in Jude and 2 Peter, those angels made it with the women. They left their places of authority, made it with the women, and created Nephilim. And the Nephilim that died in the flood are now demons because they were always spiritual. Their parents were angels. So they were not like us, where both parents are pure human. One parent was pure human, the other one was an angel, which created these weird hybrid humans that died in the flood and turned to demons. So Genesis 6, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. The sons of God. This sons of God many times have referred to angels in scripture. Okay. And why would it specify sons of God made it with daughters of humans if the sons of God were not spiritual beings? They made it with the daughters of humans in the time of Noah. And the Lord said, my spirit will not contend with humans forever. They are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. Some people say that this is the time frame that humans can live. Others believe that that was the time frame that God was giving before the flood. I know that people do believe that it took about 100 years for Noah to build the ark. It was a big ark, and he didn't have a lot of help. So,
but yeah, what he said was right. People say, God gave the days will be, their days will be 120 years. That was the Yeah, that was the year God gave us. But if you look at it, when you read, is it? I think it's still Genesis or Exodus. I think it's still Genesis. When it was explaining this person died, then this person died, then this person died, then this person died, then this person died. You know, that was Genesis. It was explaining like, when Adam died, he was 100 and some years old. When this person died, he was 107. The line of Adam, he was 100 and some years old. This person died. You can see the age was decreasing each time they come down until they got to Moses. Moses died at what age of what 100 and some. So it's like a low, like 110, I think. I'm not sure, but if you look at it, the age gap was coming down. Adam, 100, almost, man, was they two decades, almost 2 decades. The age gap came down. Adam lived to be, he said 100 and something, 30 score. That's what it used. 130 score. Then they said this person leave 100 and this score. It goes down. 100 and this score. It goes down. It was around 130. Before it was like 140. But like God said 120, but some of them did. I don't get to lead to 140 something. But it was 140. You could hear 130 something, 120, 100 and this. It was going down. See, the age gap was just going down. It's like this teeter totter, but it's slowly going down. Like a teeter totter, but it's going down. Like the age was just going down. But if it go, it's one. I don't know what the Genesis chapter was, but the age, like it was literally explaining how. Oh, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I'm gonna find it. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. I got the Bible. Hold on. It was literally saying that age. Person died, live to be 100 and some years old. I'm the God of wealth. Get out, bro. Like literally. But I'm gonna let him play though.
But it says right there, sons of God dated with daughters of humans. And then it says the Nephilim were on the earth in those days. And also afterward, when the sons of God went, and it clarifies again, the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were heroes of old, men of renown. Heroes of old, men of renown. That's the superhuman type things, right? Like that's probably where people get all of these superheroes from, these tales of superheroes. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. Okay, now, I don't like to bring up Enoch, the book specifically, but it was quoted by our previous ancestors. But the book of Enoch, and somewhere in the book of Enoch, talks about hidden knowledge being given to humans and women, okay, and by certain angels. Don't know how true 100% of it is, but if we look at the world, I mean, there's a lot of things we can't explain that it just goes past the knowledge of pure science. There's a lot of things like the particle accelerator. I mean, I get it. There's a lot of smart people in the world, but there's some knowledge that we have that just seems like it was just advanced. There's knowledge in the past that just seems like it was just advanced. Spiritual knowledge. I mean, there's people in Africa that are really into spiritual knowledge, really doing some like demonic spiritual things. There's people like that have the ability to talk to the dead, or not to the dead, but to demons. They say they talk to the dead, but it's to demons. We know about the lady that said that she was able to, through her abilities, help the government find people that from different parts of the world that they were looking for, psychic abilities. How can we explain these things naturally? We can't. If you're watching this video and you don't know Christ, I suggest.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Trying to find this. Yeah, it is. It's Genesis, I think 47. He said, Genesis chapter 47. He said, Jacob said to Pharaoh, the days of the following was 130. Yeah, okay, hold on. Hold on, hold on. But if I find out, I'll put it in the description below. But it was a. If I find the verse of the chapter, I'll put in the description below the video. But yeah, when he was listing the age, you can look at it. The age was coming down and down and down and down. It's crazy. But like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. I'm out of here. I'm tired.